Ophiuchus rising in Ophiuchus first house. All right. So Ophiuchus energy is actually it's the 13th sign, but it's not. Pisces is technically the 13th sign. Ophiuchus is actually the ninth sign. So if we're thinking about Ophiuchus in terms of numerology, it's very interesting because nines are endings and like cycle breakers, which is exactly what Ophiuchus energy is. So Ophiuchus rising means that when you were born, on the easternmost horizon, Ophiuchus was rising within the sky. So you will have Ophiuchus on your ascendant and or within your first house. So if you do, then this video is for you. And it's very interesting energy here that you're dealing with. So when we have our ascendant, it's not necessarily energy that comes super naturally to you, but it's more so energy that you are working to incorporate into your life. People often ask, like, what element is Ophiuchus? Ophiuchus doesn't have an element. It's all of the elements combined. So it's a very like spiritual, advanced spiritual healer, meaning that it works beyond the elements. It works beyond just what we have here on Earth. It can use everything that we have here on Earth, but it doesn't need to be confined to any of them in particular, which actually works really well because Ophiuchus is really good at working with the elements in general and like understanding how, for example, how to heal with water. They're the healer. I mean, it is the snake handler as well, but it's like pretty much just goes back to being the healer. Snake handler can be seen more as like getting a handle on demons, getting a handle on vices, getting a handle on, the things that are a little bit more like demonic, I guess, in life. Depending how you look at it. But it's understanding the elements as far as like what can I use to heal this person? Can they take spiritual baths? Can they use sound healing, the vibrations, everything like that? That really goes into what Ophiuchus is and does for themselves and then for others. So a big part of this is understanding your own generational cycles and own personal cycles. This can be from past lives too. So it does get really deep and really high at the same time with Ophiuchus energy. With advanced knowledge of the elements also comes the energy of alchemy and alchemizing energy in different situations. So, alchemy is changing states of energy, turning one thing into another. An example of this could be, you are having a really hard day. So, you're like, okay, I like this energy sucks. I don't like this energy. So, I'm going to alchemize my energy to a higher vibration, to a higher timeline, to a higher state of being. And so the awareness of that and then being able to understand, like, okay, what do I need? Do I need caffeine? Do I need to go on a walk? Do I need to take a bath? Like, what do I need right now to change this state of energy into something else? And once Ophiuchus rising learns to do that for themselves, they are very much able to do that for others. With Ophiuchus rising, though, and Ophiuchus within your first house, this energy is mainly about you and yourself and doing it for yourself. Yes, you are capable of doing it for others, but it's largely about how you heal yourself. Sometimes with Ophiuchus energy, it can feel like almost a healer's burden because you're like, why me? Why do I have to do this? Because you're strong enough to, and because you are being called to do so. And it does suck sometimes because you look around and everybody's, doing their thing, doing their stuff, and you're like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna heal myself spiritually because that's what needs to happen in this lifetime, in this situation, in this state of being for me. So here we are, here we go. And Ophiuchus rising, I mean, it doesn't come lightly, whether you have this in your natal chart or your progressed rising. It's very much energy that you are destined to carry, that you are destined to integrate so that you don't keep repeating the same cycles that are getting you nowhere like quickly. With Ophiuchus energy, you are also going to have a really heightened spiritual connection. So, I mean, people from different cultures view different, spiritual things in different ways. I think they're aliens. I mean, think of it however you would like. But so connection with angels, connections with aliens, getting downloads and channels and information constantly. And again, because you have a fucus on your ascendant, this is going to be within your first house, it's going to be for you. It's going to, well, actually, you may have it in your 12th house a little bit too if it's on your ascendant. So this might also be for the collective, but more so like behind the scenes. The 12th house isn't necessarily like out there healing everybody like in their face. It's more so, okay, what can I do for the collective energy here? But that also feeds into myself because, and you never want to do anything for the collective that is going to harm yourself either, because that's not ending your personal cycles, that's just continuing them in negative ways. Ophiuchus is also really good at seeing into people and seeing into situations and reading into things beyond the physical because they know that, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So just because you like somebody presents in one way does not necessarily mean that's who they are. Especially with Ophiuchus rising, like a lot of Ophiuchus has been forced to hide for so long. I mean, it literally was purposely hidden so that the collective stays in lower level cycles and doesn't heal themselves and others. So you might have felt the need to like hide this Ophiuchus part of yourself. But now that it is coming out and more people are realizing, like, oh, this is a sign that is really important to incorporate into the zodiac. I am this energy. This is who I am. This is part of me. It's important to recognize that, not ignore that, and also with that being on your ascendant, I mean, if you want to be seen for that energy, then that is going to be something that you have to purposely incorporate because basically, like, nobody's going to do it for you. The basis of all divine healing work comes down to love. Okay. Love is the most important, most productive, most powerful form of energy available to us. Like you can say, it's power, it's whatever, it's light, it's dark, whatever you want to say. It's not, it's love. It's literally love. Like love can transmute just about anything for yourself and others because love puts you in one of the highest vibrational states that anybody can comprehend. So the divine healing work that does come from a space of love is going to permeate through your being, but then also into everybody and the collective around you. And by doing that for yourself over and over and over again, it is going to naturally spill over into others if they can resonate on that frequency. I'm not going to pretend that everybody can because there's going to be some people that see you vibrating so high and like an energy that is so foreign and different to them. They might reject it because they don't understand it and they can't vibrate with you. So whenever somebody is like out of love or out of a high vibration, they might look at you like, what are they doing? Like, why would they do that? It's like, well, because I have to, because this is who I am, because my vibration is quite literally higher than other people's because I live in a state of love, in a state of alchemy with myself and the elements and everything around me so that I can hold this energy for myself and others when needed. Ophiuchus rising is also a pull to your spiritual team. So the entities, the beings that are not on earth right now, that can be passed on loved ones, that can really be anything that you feel connected to spiritually. You can call on them whenever you need them in order to draw inspiration, in order to feel that love energy. Because don't get me wrong, there's a lot on the earth plane that's going to try to pull you out of that energy, but that's not energy for you. So whenever you feel yourself pulled in, fear, hate, greed, envy, any of those lower vibrational energies, just remember, like, no, wait, who I am is love. I am this higher energy. And I'm not going to say to approach everything with that. Like, there's some situations where you're just like, you know what? If I stay in that situation, I am not going to be able to vibrate on this love vibration, and that's not good enough for me. And that's okay. Like, it's not that you are too good for things. I mean, you kind of are, but like, it's not that you're too good for things. It's just that, like, your vibrational frequency will not match up with what a lot of people are doing out here because they're not healers. They're not trying to do the same things you're doing. And that just is what it is. So, Ophiuchus rising is really about healing yourself. And through that, if you want to heal others with that, great. I do think like Ophiuchus sun would be more of a healer, Ophiuchus moon, but Ophiuchus rising is mainly about healing yourself and looking at your personal cycles that you need to end in order to move to the next step, in order to move to the next phase, whether that be another life reincarnation on Earth or somewhere else. But it's like ending the things that need to end so that you don't repeat the same cycle over and over and over again that's leading you quite literally nowhere. But that is Ophiuchus rising. If you have any questions or would like a deeper dive on Ophiuchus energy within your own personal chart, I do offer readings. Head to the link in the caption below and we will get that going for you.